Hey guys, thank you for joining me. I just wanted to, on this Dr. King's observance of his birthday, I wanted to chat about his Poor People's Campaign. I believe that was going to be the uh, the crux of what he was trying to do with the civil rights movement. What he did was he started off with the voting rights and the desegregation plan, and he ended just before he was assassinated with the Poor People's Campaign, which he brought that to the SCLC, Southern Christian Leadership Conference, um, to um, to start marching and requiring um, justice for poor people. And he had the also he had the support from other communities. He had the support of the American Indian, the Mexican, Puerto Rican, and also poor white people's their coalitions or their representatives were going to join um, in that fight. So basically, um, he planned for an initial 2,000 poor people to descend on Washington D.C. and require government officials to demand jobs, unemployment insurance, fair minimum wage, education for poor adults and children, designed to improve self image and self esteem. And um, he went to the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund in Jackson, Mississippi. The Poor People's Campaign was seen by King as the next chapter in the struggle for genuine equality. Uh, Desegregation and the right to vote were essential, but King believed that African Americans and other minorities would never enter full. Um, Hi, blind guy. Thank you for coming. Um, would never enter full citizenship until they had economic security, and that's true. And voting, I could see how voting was an important leg on this because if you have no vote or no representative, then how are you going to let your request be known? So, um, so through this campaign, like I said, he had the leaders of the American Indian, Puerto Rican, Mexican American, and poor white community. They pledged their support, and unfortunately, just about a year after he came up with this coalition for the Poor People's Campaign, that he was assassinated, unfortunately. So after he was assassinated, Ralph Abernathy took over as the SCLC new president, Mother's Day in 1968, and his wife, widow Coretta Scott King, she formed the first wave of demonstrators the following day. Resurrection City, a temporary settlement of tents and shacks, was built on the Mall of Washington, D.C. So they were in the rain, the mud, and the heat, and they stayed for over a month. And they were demonstrating to protest the economic injustice. So I don't know. I believe that this Poor People's Campaign. I was trying to do some research to see if it's still in act or if there's any way to support it if it's still enacted. Um, but I didn't see that it was. Okay, they still do have the Poor People's Campaign. It's still there. So we can go in and support it. I typed in poorpeoplescampaign.org. Let me see if I can include that. Can you see that blind guy when I go over to the website, Poor People's Campaign? Let me see if I share my screen. Yeah, so basically this is the Poor People's Campaign. So they kept it alive. That's good to know. You join the campaign and you can I think I may already be a member, but I will be joining. But and it says find my state committee, so you can go in and you can put your zip code and find out your the headquarters for your area. And you just yeah, this is a good thing here. This is a good thing. So basically, this is a campaign he started. And this old picture here looks like an old picture. Oh no, it's just in black and white. But yeah, this is for poor people, low wages, Build Back Better plan, and we need to get more involved. You know, we need to get more involved. So even for the purposes of your children, even so. Yeah, this was what he started just before he was about a year before he was killed. And it says we rise to demand that 140 million poor and local and low income people in our nation from every race, creed, color, sexuality, and place are no longer ignored, dismissed, or pushed to the margins of our political and social agenda. We rise not as left or right, Democratic or Republican, but as a moral fusion movement to build power, build moral activism, build voter participation, and we won't be silent anymore. We rise to change the moral narrative and demand that the interlocking injustices of systemic racism, poverty, ecological devastation, the war economy, militarism, and distorted moral narrative of religious nationalism all be ended. We rise to challenge the lie of scarcity in the midst of abundance. We rise to lift the voices and faces of poor and low income Americans and their moral allies with a new vision of love, justice, and truth for America that says poverty can be abolished and change can come. If you believe it's time to rise, join us. Yeah, so this is a good mission here. Yeah, I will be joining them and seeing if they have I don't know if they have anything local here or if you can start like a satellite office or something like that. But it's a good mission. But that and then also and this area could really use that. They could really use that. Let's see if they have anything in the LA area. Nope, it doesn't look like they have anything. Mm-mm. So maybe have to start something. Okay, I'll drop the link. Sure. Give me a second here. Yeah. That looks like a good mission. I think I'm gonna definitely look into it and see even if I can start a chapter if they don't have one. You know, I mean, like I have a lot to do, but I always try to put activism and volunteering my time for good things on the forefront. Yeah. So it's a good. Yeah, I saw about the voting rights on the news. Yeah, so it's a good thing. What is this? Okay, I need to follow them definitely. Mention stop lying. Yeah, so but that's what I wanted to bring today. I just wanted to expound on what the civil rights movement, what Dr. King wanted to finish on. Um, Probably what he really wanted to do, because my understanding is that Dr. King, they were not wealthy, and even Harry Belafonte um, bought a life insurance policy for him and gave it to Coretta so that they could have a way to bury him and have some funds to take care of the family. Um, so we thank him for that. But yeah, he really and truly did sacrifice. So with that being said, um, I just wanted to just say happy uh, observance of Dr. King's birthday, that we just be mindful of what it was he was trying to do, and also uh, try to focus on picking up the mission, the torch, and finishing it, especially people with children, people without children too, because we all live here and we all want it to be good and safe for them. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to end because I don't have, that's all I really wanted to bring was the Poor People's Campaign. And so that we can investigate and join and, do what we need to do for our communities. Thank you so much for joining me, Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life, and anybody in the future. Also, I thank you, and also look forward to more from me in regards to some things I'm working on in the community. And as usual, I wish that you prosper and be in good health.